Hey, what's up guys, John here. As many of you know, I've been going to South Africa for a few years now, and in that time I've gotten to work with various big cats. Whether it's Instagram DMs, emails, or comments, there's been this question that constantly comes up. People always want to know, can I have a pet cheetah, and where can I buy a cheetah? This is a question that I usually ignore because on this channel I always say wild animals are not pets. So today we're going to talk about the 5 most important things you need to know if you want to have a cheetah as a pet. Cheetahs are typically the friendliest of big cats. They're a lot less dangerous than animals like lions, tigers, jaguars. Although cheetahs have never been completely domesticated, they have been kept as pets and raised by humans for thousands of years. Historically, they've been kept by the rich to use as symbols of wealth and power, so taking all of this into account, it's really not surprising that people want to possess these animals and keep them as pets. So the first thing you need to know is, how do you acquire that cheetah? If you want to buy a pet cheetah, you'll most likely need to acquire it illegally on the black market. Many of these animals are stolen from the wild and they're illegally trafficked to various regions of the globe, and they're kept in such poor conditions that the majority of the animals do not survive the trip. So even if you have $15,000 to over $100,000 lying around to buy your pet cheetah and you get yours successfully, this still means that you're contributing to the death of many other cheetahs both in the wild and in captivity. So you might think to yourself, instead, I'll just buy a cheetah that was bred in captivity and done it the ethical way. First of all, there's no such thing as an ethically sourced or an ethically raised pet cheetah, and successfully breeding cheetahs in captivity is not a simple or easy thing to do. There are legitimate facilities who are doing incredible work to both raise and protect these cheetahs, and some of them do have successful breeding programs. So when places with qualified vets, scientists, and researchers aren't able to always have successful breeding programs, I don't feel this is something you'll be able to do by yourself at your house. Although the amount that a cheetah eats is quite small in comparison to other big cats like lions or tigers, cheetahs have very complex and specific dietary needs. They don't just need a healthy amount of raw meat, but they also need adequate amounts of calcium and vitamins in their diet. In the wild, a cheetah would normally eat every 2 to 5 days. They'd normally be hunting impala, gazelles, and smaller animals like warthogs. They'd be eating things like skin, bones, fat, connective tissue, and these things provide all the necessary nutrients that a cheetah would need to stay healthy. At the various volunteer programs that I've been to, we normally feed them 2 times a week, as well as different supplements to make sure they're getting exactly what they need. Finding the adequate amount of meat, the right type of meat, and the right type of supplements can prove to be both challenging and expensive. Like most wild animals, cheetahs are often fed incorrectly, and if you don't feed your cheetah the correct diet, it'll lead to numerous health problems: malnourishment, vitamin deficiencies, leg paralysis, and spinal cord degradation, just to name a few. And with these issues, your cheetah is not likely to live very long. Let's talk about the next thing you need to know, but before we get into that, let's have a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by the OMote Cordless Leaf Blower. This thing is a powerful little tool, and it's so lightweight and easy to use, and as the name suggests, you don't even need to plug it in. It comes with a powerful 20-volt battery for up to 25 minutes of continuous use. This thing is very strong, with a large air volume of up to 177 CFM and a simple 1-button control. So if you want to get yourself a leaf blower, one that's powerful but small and doesn't take up a lot of space, link in the description, and pick yourself up one of these today. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal on the planet, and these animals are biologically made to run. They're not meant for small spaces, and they're not meant for a life of inactivity. In order to provide enough space for a wild animal and for running, you need a large plot of land. Most people don't live on large plots of land, and they don't have an area the size of an American football field in their backyard. Cheetahs need space to run and to get up to their top speed between 50 and 70 miles an hour. You want your cheetah to stay healthy both physically and mentally, which also means a lot of enrichment and stimulation. At the many different facilities that I've been to, there are various different types of cheetah enrichment, but the most common one is definitely running on the lure. Many of you have cats and dogs, so you understand the importance of socializing your animal and making sure it fits into a place that's both good for you and the animal. Cheetahs may seem like relaxed and tame animals, and for the most part, they do have a very docile temperament, but putting a cheetah in an environment where it doesn't belong is the recipe for disaster. Let's say you have your cheetah in your bedroom or your living room. It's likely to be very destructive. Cheetahs are also prone to things like urine spraying, and I don't think you want an animal spraying its urine all over your living room or your bedroom. Imagine all the bad things that house cats do, but now imagine that done by a cat that's much, much bigger. And finally, the most important thing you need to know about keeping a cheetah as a pet is that you shouldn't. I've said this before more times than I can count on this channel, but wild animals are not pets. Although you may go online and see videos of certain people that have cheetahs at their house or in their backyard, or they've raised a cheetah from when it was a cub. Those are very specific circumstances, and many of those videos are just straight up unethical. I know that there are definitely circumstances when cheetahs do need to be in captive situations, but this should be done in a healthy way by professionals. One thing you can do if you do want to get up close and personal with cheetahs is you can spend some time volunteering in places like South Africa and going to reputable places where they're actually doing legitimate work towards cheetah conservation. So can you have a cheetah as a pet? Well, if you have a lot of money, a lot of land, a lot of time, and a lot of know-how, then I guess you could. But should you? Absolutely not. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like button if you did, and tell me down in the comments, since we're in 2022 now, what are some of your goals for this year? Comment down below, and I'll see you soon with another new adventure.